Hello everyone, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and are fully recharged and ready to embark on the week ahead with full energy and full optimism. And I decided that in today's video will share with you what my daily routine looks like. Hi, this is Lode with Black Bear Dog Trading and welcome to another episode of Forex Trading. My day begins every day by waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But before I hop out of bed, I center myself first a little bit and I give gratitude for the start of a new day, gratitude for my good health, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and gratitude for all the blessings I'm about to receive during the course of the day. Then I walk into the kitchen. I have 2 tall glasses of water to rehydrate my body. And I can tell you, I've been doing this for years. I always almost immediately feel a real perking up as the water enters my body. After that, I go into my office and I sit down in front of my computer and I open up the news website. I only use one news website, which is Forex Live. So I have a little link here. I click on it. It opens up the Forex Live. And only thing I do is review the headlines. By the way, the reason I like Forex Live above any other site is they're very good at being up to date with most current information. And as you see, this is already dated 2/6. Basically at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's already dated 2/6. Many websites only catch on later in the day, so I want pertinent news. That said, I only review headlines. US deal with Iran, not interested, doesn't do anything for me. Aussie USD surges to new high. Okay, I'll keep that under consideration because I do trade Aussie USD. The war, I feel terrible, but not my trading problem, so to speak. Then I go here, the Fed is having a speech saying that so far we had an excellent inflation report. Well, I want to see how that is going to affect the US dollar. The Bank of England is saying that they have to consider quarterly and rate decisions. That is definitely going to affect the British pound. So the euro indices close to the days are mixed. That will probably affect the euro as well to some point. So the GDP in the US estimated for Q2 has risen to 4.6 from 3.8. That's pretty good. So I'll keep an eye on that. This video here is usually talks about an overview for trading for an entire week, month, as it says right here. I usually do not watch this. I am not knocking this guy. Far from it, he's very knowledgeable, but I'm not interested in an overview of the entire market, past and present. I'm only interested in what it's doing right now. Somehow the screen refreshed. I don't know why. I'm only interested in what he's doing now at this very moment. Here we are. So that's why I don't watch this. This is a repeat of the article above. Okay, this is sponsor. I go oil down. I don't trade oil. Trump is speaking to C. I don't trade the one either. So I keep going until I see something that may be of interest to me. US CAD trades to a new low. So I'll check that out. Construction is down in the US, so that's not good for the dollar. Manufacturing is seemingly down, not good for the dollar. Global manufacturing seems to be down, not good for the dollar. Canadian global manufacturing seems to be up, good for the CAD. So this is how I go through this entire list. JP Morgan, which is a prominent voice in the United States economy. He is the president of all JP Morgan banks and financial institutions, particularly Chase Bank. And he's saying that is a big deal, meaning the dollar is not really where it's supposed to be. So that's what I go through. The next thing that I do after this is I'll click on the economic calendar, the same website, and I make sure, first of all, that I am in the right time zone, which for me is Pacific time, because I'm on the West Coast in the United States. And it'll now pop up with everything that is happening for this week. And as you can tell, we have quite a busy week. I'm only interested in the red bars. I may scan over the orange color bars, but I'm specifically interested in the red bars because how they can affect the currency pairs that I am trading. And this week, as you can tell, we have quite a bit on schedule here as far as economic calendar is concerned, and potential of market whips. Market whips meaning seesaws back and forth because of how all these speeches and how all these reports end up coming out and about. And knowing that, I keep a really close eye on the market this week as far as not really entering a trade specifically, but more whipsaws. Because once the whipsaws are done and the market sentiment goes back down and people start to relax and whatnot, then there may be good trading opportunities. At the moment itself, it just will drive the market nuts. I then give a quick I take a quick review over the releases that have already happened, and I'll see what the responses were. For example, in America, manufacturing for May was at 47.6 actual, while it was at 47.2. So that's a little up, but it's not much. Then I look at here the manufacturing for the primary, and that is 48.5 versus 48.7, which was expected to be at 49. This is no good. This is down. So the US dollar will be more than likely down. The other one thing I'm waiting for is Powell to give his speech. Will he increase interest rates? Will he keep them the same? Will he lower them? And yeah, other than that, that's how I go through this. When I am done with all my analysis, I close this up. I walk back to my kitchen, make myself a nice cup of coffee, come back to my desk, and then I start to analyze my charts based on what I saw on the news site. Now, granted, I do not only consider the news, I also review what my technical analysis is saying, and also where we are as far as price is concerned. So I start from the top and I work my way down. I'm at the Euro USD. I always start bottom right hand corner to top right hand corner to bottom left corner to top left corner. If you followed prior videos of mine, then you know that's exactly how I do my analysis. That's it. I'm on the Euro USD, excuse me, and we had a crossover already, and we had a nice little run, but we're now sitting right here directly at a ceiling. And while this is the daily, we're sitting right here now at a ceiling that first has to be broken through if this will continue. If not, this will most definitely have to make a complete downswing before anything else can happen. On the 4-hour chart, this is kind of confirmed. We have a ceiling here, and this one seems to be hitting it right there. So again, it either has to go back up or it has to turn back down in order to have any kind of trading opportunity. I head over to my 1-hour chart, which is my trading chart, and even though it tells me right here that both the RSI and the trend, which is determined by the ADX indicator, are quite strong. The bullish is 64 and my high is set at 55, so it's quite high above, and it might be a potentially good way to trade or a good opportunity to trade. The fact of the matter is I'm still stuck with the ceiling here and the ceiling here, and while it broke through a couple hours ago right there, it is now slightly retracing here ever so often. This has kind of been confirmed by the RSI right here. So as it stands right now, for me, no trading opportunity, let it be, move on to the next pair. So now I take simply my USD JPY, which is my next in line, and I repeat the process. So again, I check starting with my daily chart. Well, we have the same concept. We're on a flat here and a flat here. A lot of things have to happen in order for this to be a trade. It has to go below this level right here for me to even consider a possibility of a trade. But staying true to my rules and regulations of my trading strategy, I move on to the next chart, which is the 4-hour chart, and I see the exact same setup. I have a support level here. That support level was not broken here, and now this is approaching it, and there's a good indication that this will not break either, so I may keep my eyes peeled on a possible retracement in bullish direction. Then I move on to my 1-hour chart. Again, I check my technical setups, and I have a strong trend. The bearish is not so hot because we are below, although we are below our low of the RSI, which I have set the buffer zone at 45, it is not that far below. And when you look at the RSI, it kind of tiny tilt, it's barely noticeable, the tiny tilt moving upwards, and the same is happening right here. Again, we had to wait anyway for the support levels right here and right here. It clearly didn't break through, so we may have a return in the up direction or bullish territory, but we'll have to wait for that. And since this is a strictly crossover trading strategy, I will most definitely have to wait until the MAs cross. So no trading opportunity also for the USD JPY or the greenback ninja. So I take now my next pair and I repeat the same exact process, and it's all a matter of just analyzing. Again, I am now at my, this will be the last pair I do, because otherwise this video will become tediously boring, but I do that for every pair, no exception. And again, the same thing. Now we're sitting here where we did pass the previous low a little bit, but it's not strong enough. We had one breakthrough, it bounced back, we had another breakthrough, and then it seemed to jump up a tiny bit. This is because right here we're sitting on a flat or a support level, and it's a big support level. As you could see, it's just constant. So the little breakthrough, if it occurs in a downswing, will be a short run, and that is based on this here because we have the support level right here. So I move on to the 4-hour chart and I see the exact same thing. While we did pass on the 4-hour chart the previous strong support, this support right here seems to be holding because we got the new support here and we got a bounce back. So bottom line is this too is wait and see. I'll move on to the 1-hour chart, and again here I see that while I have a strong trend, my RSI is neutral. That there alone, I don't want to even look any further. The moment I see neutral, I'm done. I don't have to look further. There is no trade opportunity at present, and sure enough, for the same reason right here, we got a little bit of a bounce back. The RSI is definitely a neutral zone, and we have no MA crossings right now directly on the horizon either. So that ends that. I do this for every single pair. This is how I analyze them. If I find a pair, I obviously take a trade opportunity. I take a trade position, buy or sell, whatever the conclusive analysis tells me to do, and my stop loss and my take profit are automatically set based on my 3-to-1 ratio that I determine right here in the setup module of my EA, the EA which is called the MA crossover, and which in prior videos I gave you a download link to. So I have it actually set to 100, 200. So I usually have this set to, I need to take back what I just said, I usually have this set to 200, 600. I do a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1 profit ratio trading. So And other than that, I now just wait and see. And at this point in time, there is nothing else happening. So what I do now is I go back to the internet and I'll start researching some global news. And I use a few European sites that unfortunately are not in English. They are either in my native language, which is Flemish, or they are in Dutch or in Italian or in German or in French, languages I all speak. But I check those. I also check a few American sites, such as what's it called, CBNBC or CNBNC, something, whatever it's called. Let's see what this is called. I really don't want to misguide you here. I call it CBN. Is that what it's called? BC? Something like that. Like I said, I really don't want to misguide you. This is not, yeah, CNBC. That's what it's called. Sorry about that. As you can tell, I don't use it a whole lot. But I go and check, and I keep a very non-biased mindset when I check all the news sites. In other words, I don't get involved with politics. I don't let politics rule my decision making or my emotions. I keep strictly focused on what matters in pertaining to my trading. And based on that, then I decide what currency pair would be good to look at. And if absolutely nothing works according to what I want to do, nothing gives me a positive signal to enter a buy or sell position, then I simply am done for the time being. I get up from my desk, I enjoy whatever I have left of my cup of coffee, and go for a walk, do a little bit lightweight exercising, training, keep myself busy in that regard. And then a few hours later, I come back and I start this process all over again. And with this process, I mean the research process. Open up my news site, see if there's no new news that have come in, something I should be aware of, start the analysis of my currency pairs all over again. It's a rinse and repeat. I gotta tell you guys, trading is a boring concept because you do the same routine over and over and over. But it's just that routine that if you stick with it and you become good at it and you put your emotions to the side and you put greed to the side, that you actually become very successful at it. That is really the key ingredient here. You don't hear that a lot, but it's a fact. It's a boring way of making money. I mean, that to me that sounds like, making money is not boring, but the analysis part of it is. So the only exception that I have to this routine is Fridays. I still get up at 5 in the morning. I still give my minute of gratitude. I still have my water. I still have my coffee. But instead of doing news analysis and currency pair analysis one at a time, I now do my administrative work. And my administrative work is I basically right-click in the terminal mode. Remember, this is MT4 that I'm using, and I'll see if I can do some reports that I want to have. I have to be in the history tab for that, and I'll see what reports I can have. And I usually take custom period because I do this every week, and so I go from the prior week at the start, which is on Sunday, even if I don't trade, because Sunday afternoon markets are open where I am at, and I take this to the end of that week, which is on Friday. Am I sitting at the right dates here? No, I am not. I go back. My goodness, definitely not at the right date. Okay, let me do this again. June. I click back. There we go. I start on Sunday the 27th. Why is this giving me April? What the heck is going on? What am I doing wrong? Okay, I need to be on the 25th. There we are. Goodness gracious. And I take the 25th all the way to the end. which is the 30th. Saturday there's no trading. I click on OK, and that gives me a report. Unfortunately, with MT4, the report is not showing on the chart right away. That would be a nice feature to have. So unfortunately, you have to go and right click on this again, and then you have to set it as save detailed report, and then it'll allow you to download a statement. You have to say okay to that. Yes, I replace it because I already have it, and then only then will it open this up, and I have to look through, and then what I do is I go trade by trade and see how I did. Like here I had a loss. I will definitely analyze why did I have a loss. Had a profit here, profit here, profit here, profit here, profit here, profit here. Overall, I didn't make the amount of money I would have wanted to make, but I did pretty okay. I was $605 in profit. So I analyze all of that, and I go and here you can see my actual gain has been going up. So pretty good. I look at this a little closer, then I see how many trades I made. I analyze all of this, and that's usually my Fridays. What I also do on Friday, depending on my account balance, I may initiate withdrawal of X amount of dollars into my personal account. Now, I found from experience, a little side note with that regard, I found from experience that it's better to do that on Mondays. For some reason, you do that on Friday, it doesn't get processed until Monday anyway, and I basically have a 2-day delay in doing this. So it's really better to do that on Mondays. This is my routine. This is what I do day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, for as long as I'm trading. I'm not saying this is the same routine that you need to adapt, but having something in place that is step by step consistently has proven to me to be profitable in the end. And that is what this is all about. It's about making money. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, gave you some insight of what I do at least. And with that, I want to wish you all the best. Have an incredible day ahead still. As always, stay safe and God bless. Bye.